Hello everybody, Son of Richard with the Vinyl Finds. I did a Vinyl Finds, my last Vinyl Finds I did on Record Store Day. And I showed what I picked up that day and what I had picked up the 4 weeks prior. Well, tomorrow will be 4 weeks since Record Store Day, and this is what I've gotten since that time. And this might be my number one pickup, Spaceman 3. A Perfect Prescription, is it? Or The Perfect Prescription? I guess it's a concept album, which usually I think are pretty lame. But the whole idea between this record is the initial phases of a trip. You know, you got before you start the trip, you know, the initial coming on, then the full-blown tripping, and then the coming down, and then the realization it's all over. And next week we'll do it all over again, you know. It's got some mellow bits in it. This one here is a very psychedelic album, but it's a little mellower than their first album that I love. So I haven't really dove into that one. And maybe this weekend I'll give it a good listen. And then I can do a video on the records I listened to today. Even though people are complaining, I don't understand why people watch these kind of videos, you know. Well, they watch them because we're talking about records. That's why. I mean, why would anybody watch this? This starts out, the first song is fantastic. Take Me to the Other Side. And then it goes with, and it has some mellower songs, you know. I guess you're just starting to get high. I mean, I'm not a words guy, so I don't know. But the singing's very good. But then it gets pretty hectic, man. Some pretty crazy shit. And I'm digging this album, man. This is the sleeve. And we're on, very cool. Look at that label, dude. And then the other side is just a Spaceman 3, The Perfect Prescription. Yeah, this is one I'm sure I'm going to dive into for years to come. Now, I talked about Record Store Day. I picked up 3 Record Store Day releases on the actual Record Store Day. And this is one of them, Hepcat, Push and Shove. This is by far the one I've played the most, by far. I also picked up the 13th Floor Elevators live album. First time in mono. Which turned out not to be true, but whatever. This was the most surprising to me. I thought it was really a lot better than what I was expecting. And then the third one I picked up was this Replacements, Tim. This is the one I've listened to the least. And I haven't even listened to both records all the way through yet. So I don't know. When I'm in the mood for this, I'll listen to it. But since Record Store Day, or actually the day after Record Store Day, I ordered a couple of records online, you know, using my phone. And my number one want was this Eden's Children, and it comes with this hype sticker comparing them to Cream, Jimi Hendrix Experience. I mean, they're a good 3-piece. This is the one I wanted the most, and this is probably my favorite. I'm very familiar with this. I stream it out in the back. I should have brought my little radio that I use for streaming when I'm in the backyard, just kicking back. I don't have a turntable in the patio like some. But this is a very garagey, fuzzed out. The guitars is what makes this album for me. Now, the vocalist, he's not terrible, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. And that can be a big detriment to, there's a lot of bands that fall into this category. I mean, most bands, they have trouble finding a good singer, you know? But I would say this band found a good singer, but he's not as good as he thinks he is. He tries to reach for all these notes that are totally unnecessary. When he's just delivering the song, it's really good. It's got a lot of words that I read, but I kind of forgot. It was kind of an overpraising. I mean, they compared this guy's vocals to Mick Jagger, which I think, I would argue Mick Jagger is the best singer in rock. And this guy is nowhere near that. But it's a really good album, man. Really good. I like side 2 better than side 1. I think side 2, side 2 only has the 3 songs. And the middle song, Out Where the Light Fish Live or Live, it's fantastic, man. Really great guitar. Really fuzzed out guitar. Now when the fuzz isn't in play, the guitar playing sounds kind of like a jazz guitar, you know, which I'm not a fan of usually. That reminds me of elevator music. But it's like a jazz guitar laid on top of a really good rock beat. And the drummer, he seems proficient. But the bass player is also fantastic in this, man. Man, what? He lays down some great riffs. And I'm so glad I got this. I mean, like I said, I'm familiar with it from streaming it in the backyard. But having it and then on vinyl and putting it on and playing it in the house, it's just a totally different experience. It's fantastic. And the color vinyl's pretty fantastic too, man. You got really nice green. Green is my favorite color. And yeah, I was happy with that. And it's probably my favorite Record Store Day purchase. Now, I'm going to go on a tangent. Rough Trade. I ordered this from Rough Trade the following morning, you know. And I didn't do it early. I didn't get up till like 10 or 11. And 10 here is like 1 in New York, where I think the Rough Trade store is. Well, I didn't hear nothing until a week later. And it was like an automatic message saying, "Oh, we received your order." And I go, huh? It's been a week. I ordered another record that Saturday, and I'd already received it. So I let it go. Another week goes by, nothing. So I sent them a message, "Hey, has this record even shipped?" And then I got another automated response. And it was just saying, "Yeah, we've received your order, but we're busier than normal." And I'm thinking, it doesn't take 2 weeks to ship a record. So I waited 3 more days, didn't hear nothing. So I went to my bank and I told them I want to cancel this purchase. And my bank did. I got the money in my account, temporarily, they say. And I ordered it on disc. Went on Discogs and I found a copy for, I think it was $28.99. And I go, okay, I'm buying it. Well, after I already bought this, then I hear from a real person from Rough Trade. "Oh, we understand that you, I don't know, did whatever you did with the bank." I forget how they worded it. "We can't send you the album or refund your money, until you, take that, tell the bank to drop that claim or whatever." And so I told him, well, I already got the money. I already ordered the album and I already got it. So I want a refund. But I already got the refund, so I don't even know what I need. I don't need anything from you guys. You guys, for me, as far as I'm concerned, you're crap. And I'm going to badmouth Rough Trade every chance I get. Terrible customer service. Terrible. Now, the 5th and final Record Store Day purchase I got was this Zamrock. Krizzy Zebi Tembo. I guess he's from the Guzzi family. I guess he was the drummer and maybe vocalist. Vinyl Piper. I watched a video he did. And he went to several stores, and he went to this what is it called? Was Now Again. And it's actually a label, the Now Again label. And I guess they open, I don't know, once a week or whatever it is. You can walk in and buy stuff. And they're the ones that released this Record Store Day release. Now, my store didn't get this. So I went to Bandcamp, and I went to the Now Again Bandcamp site, and I ordered it directly from them. And I want to thank Vinyl Piper for, I probably wouldn't have got this album if it wouldn't have been for his video. And I have another album coming on the way, thanks to him. Now, this is pretty straight ahead rock. Kind of in the vein of that hard and heavy 70s, but not really. The vocalist, he sings in English and Zambia or whatever the language is they sing over there. And I like it when he's singing in not the non-English, because you don't know what he's saying. And his English is kind of rudimentary. And I'm not a words guy, but man, when it's so simple and it's so right in your face, it's hard to ignore. But overall, it's a pretty good album. It's not as good as Eden's Children. And it's on black vinyl. And that's the Now Again label. Same on both sides. Fantastic. I really like this album, man. And it came with a book, which I haven't read yet. But according to Steve Carlson, it's really not much about him. It's more about Zamrock in general. And they place this book in all their Zamrock records. So I don't know about that. Now, the Monday following Record Store Day, Pumping Vinyl was doing a live stream. And he mentioned this record, Kashmir Stage Band. So it sounded interesting, So I looked it up. Man, these guys released like 7 albums or something, And this is a double LP comp. It's a high school jazz band from Kashmir High in Texas. And this is the cats right here. Now, these cats remind me of when I was in high school. The afros and everything, and the way they're dressed. It's the same years, 1968 to 1974. My 4 years in high school, I graduated in 74, so my 4 years in high school were covered by this. And it's kind of a big band thing, but with funk infused in it. It's really good. I listened to this thing, side A, B, C, D, straight in a row. And I don't normally do that with a double album. But yeah, it's pretty intriguing, man. Now, I'm not into big bands, so I don't know how often I'll pull this out. But this is so much more than big band. They have a guitar player, the drummer. So it's kind of like Isaac Hayes conducting a big band, or Quincy Jones conducting a big band. It's remarkable, man. And the fact that it's high school kids, it just makes it that much better. And I want to thank Pumping Vinyl. I don't think he watches my videos. I don't think he watches any videos unless it's a live stream, trying to get some dirt. But anyways, thank you, Pumping Vinyl, William. And the records and labels are all the same, pretty straightforward. But man, the music is pretty cool. Okay, this next one is a mainstream, from Mainstream Records, and this is a reissue. And it's a fantastic reissue. This album, I think it came out in 1970. And it's Lincoln Street Exit, Drive It is the name of the album. In Exit, they shortened the name to XIT, Exit, on later releases. And I think maybe only one member from this is on that band. I guess this band started out in 64, and it was 4 guys from the Sioux Nation from New Mexico. And one of the guys died, and it looks like they replaced him with a white dude. This guy right here. But yeah, it's in some, well, this side 1 I think is better than side 2. Man Machine, it's like an anti-war kind of typical song, but really, it's a really good song, man. Really good guitars. It's that typical late 60s, early 70s kind of. Then the second song, Dirty Mother Blues, about a 7-minute song. It's kind of a blues number, but it's a hard rocking blues number. It is fantastic. And then Got You Babe, if I remember right, that might be the fastest song on the album. And then it goes into Teacher, Teacher, which kind of is like, it's kind of like a Canned Heat Boogie song, you know? Then side 2 starts off with Soulful Drifter, which I believe was the single. It's kind of not as hard hitting, but it didn't do anything. And then after that, it gets a little samey, I guess. So I've listened to side 1 more than side 2, but I should give side 2 more of a listen. It's a really good, if you like that early 70s rock, and it's on black vinyl, very thick, 180 gram, which doesn't mean anything. But yeah, it's well done. Now this next one, Nobody Gets Down Like Pseudo Youth. Now this is a band from LA, and I don't know if you can see it on here. It's on Going Underground Records. It's pretty dark there. Black on purple. Now, it's a hardcore punk band. Female singer. Maybe a female on the bass. I don't know. I can't tell nowadays, the youngsters. But, I mean, I'm not a vocal person, but somebody that is, I think they might be kind of frustrated with this, because I can't understand a word she's saying. And it's not like she's screaming or anything. It's more like, oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm not doing it justice. I can't get my head wrapped around this album, man. It's brutally hard-hitting at times. Then there's some mid-tempo, fast, but not blazing fast, put it that way. But man, that singer's a trip. And like I said, she isn't screechy or yelly. It's just, seems like every line ends with a... And what's really cool about it's a beautiful blue, but if you look, you got side A, and then side LA. Now that is so cool. I mean, I like it when they mark a side, but when you mark the backside LA and A, man, you're doing something right. Came with a poster. Like I said, this was released by Going Underground Records, my local record store here in Bakersfield. They do have a record store in LA now, in the little Tokyo district downtown. And I picked up this little card. It was in the store. And it's got this cosmic wisdom thing in the back. And that picture is, it looks like that picture might be the poster. And I got one more hardcore punk record. And this is Head Cheese. This came out in 2023. The Pseudo Nation or Pseudo Youth just came out maybe 2 months ago. And I think they're releasing another release, Gunn, Gunn, maybe the end of May. Now this one, it's a little garagier. I mean, it's still hardcore punk, but it's a little garagier sounding, kind of New York Dolls on speed. I have their debut album. I think it's Head Cheese, self-titled. Came out in 2021, and I really dug that. The first listen on this, I wasn't blown away, but upon further listens, this is fantastic, man. I don't know if I like it as much as their debut. I need to do one and then play the other one right after and just see how it blends. But yeah, these guys are kind of on the humorous side of things. And you got these little cutouts. And yeah, the words, you got a song called Zits, Big Palms. But yeah, I really dig this, man. For me, it was easier to get my head around than the Pseudo Youth. But I'll get there, you know. And look at this. I've been more of in a 60s vibe lately. And it all goes in cycles, you know. So when I'm in that hardcore cycle, I'll probably, the stars will align with Pseudo Youth. Anyways, take care, everybody. 5 record store day records. More than I thought I would get. But anyways. Take care.